Thank you for taking the time to tune in with us. Here on Unclamped, we recognize that every patient and caregiver carries a story, each one shaped by unique experiences, challenges, and triumphs. Before we dive in, we want to take a few minutes to introduce ourselves so you can get to know the voices behind the mic, the journeys that brought us together here, and the passion that fuels this space. Because this isn't just a podcast, it really is about community, and every story matters.
Welcome to Unclamped. All right, so today we're talking about products that genuinely make life easier, the things we buy out of pocket or were gifted to us that end up being absolute necessary in our medical lives.
Yeah, like not the things that insurance covers or the standard supplies that we get, but the little helpers that actually make the days go by smoother, routines faster, and stress a little lighter.
Exactly. The things you don't realize you need until you get them. The something that costs $10 from Amazon or Walmart, the items that save your whole week.
Yeah, and we asked our community too what products have made a big difference for them. So we're going to be mixing some of those answers throughout the episode.
Yeah, so this is all your out-of-pocket real life stuff. No sponsorships, just the things that we personally use and swear by.
All right, let's get going. What are some of the items that you first wish you had?
Yeah, I mean, I can go first. So I'm 14 years in, so some things have changed. We started our journey in 2011, and I have to say, a reliable thermometer is a must when going home with a central line, just in general. You have to, I swear by it, you have to have a reliable thermometer, hands down.
Which one do you use?
So I use the Welsh Allen because it's kind of pricey, but the 100.4 makes you go in. So I've had a couple times where I thought I had 100.4. I'd go in and then we'd use the Welsh Allen and they wouldn't be presenting with a fever, which is incredibly frustrating. Fortunately for me, those times it actually was just not a line infection, just viral or, something that we could have stayed home for if my thermometer reading was more accurate. So after a couple of times of that, I was just like, you know what? If a Welsh Allen is going to keep me there, Welsh Allen is the only thing making me go in.
Yeah,
what about you?
we use the Braun ear one, and that one's been pretty good. But when my son was younger, we used like 3 different kinds just to be safe.
Right.
I wish I would have known about that one. It probably would have helped us.
Sure. Yeah, because I mean, it's 48 hours. You know what I mean? So you want to make sure you're at 100.4.
Yeah, definitely.
What about you? What's one thing you wish you could share?
I'd say like a really good cookie tray, not like a cheap one, probably like the most expensive one you could find in the store. We use a stainless steel one with the lip, and it's lasted us like 8 years now. So, and we use it every day. It's like non-scratchable one. Yeah.
Now you use it for setup when you're doing the TPN?
Yep. Like we, clean it before, after, and we set up our TPN, all our tubings and stuff on there.
Nice. I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a cookie tray, not for cookies, just for TPN setup. Just to make that clear.
Yeah. No, I think that's an important distinction to make for sure. Yeah, I think that we also would swear by like to-go kits, or a to-go bag. Not really a to-go bag, but just like a to-go like tech wrap. Like I have a tech wrap, and we have just a couple salines, heparin, your Curos caps. Just a way that if I'm running out to the grocery store and one of the kids is still infusing, I can just grab it and know that if the infusion's done midway through the grocery shopping experience, that I have a way to disconnect them.
Yeah, we use like a first aid kit, like literally the ones they sell at Target, and that's what we put our like emergency everyday things. And that's been amazing, actually.
One product I wish I had, I don't really know thinking back, but one of the items that the community members said which I think is cool, is the spray antiseptics and the or bottles of alcohol, which kind of goes into what Gabby was talking about with the cookie tray, so they can just wipe stuff down.
Yeah, I mean, lastly, for me, like something that's really been helpful, especially when you're coming home for the first time and you're trying to establish that new routine, or even when you come home like after an infection or if you need IV antibiotics, just something that's not part of your everyday. I
Hmm.
swear by, setting alarms on my phone or using my Alexa just to help me remember until I kind of get that routine and that rhythm down. Because it's different. It's a change of pace, and you got to take the bag out of the fridge 4 to 6 hours before, and so all those things when I first started setting alarms was a big thing for me.
Yeah, we use Alexa. It's funny because we started using Alexa as like my son got older because when he was like when he was a baby, we set up like a camera, a monitor, you know how you do for all babies.
Hmm.
And we could hear the pumps. So that's how like we knew um when to come in and everything to disconnect. But when we took away the monitor as he got older, we like we couldn't hear the pumps anymore. So then we, as soon as we connect, we put a timer. Alexa, 12-hour timer. So then,
Un timer de cuánto tiempo?
There you go. So he's
oh, she
listening.
heard me. So then,
Yeah.
¿Cuánto tiempo?
hold on. Alexa, stop. Yeah.
No, that actually makes me think of like with the whole baby monitor thing. My kids still have a sound machine in their room because if the noise of the pump going,
Yeah.
like especially if they're stressed or if they're just having a hard time falling asleep, that sound like drives them bananas. So
Yeah.
so we still have the go-to, or the Alexa now is also a sound machine. So that's really
That's
helpful.
cool.
Yeah, no, definitely. What about clothing? Is there anything like clothing wise that you feel has changed, has made it easier for you?
Yeah, I think hmm. I mean, we use a vest. Like my son uses a vest. Um they don't like make it anymore. So it's not around anymore, but I mean, his central line vest has been amazing. He uses it every day. He doesn't like to be without it. I mean, he probably doesn't even need it, but he likes the feeling of it and like he feels extra safe with it. Um, yeah, I would say that. And then, yeah, when we go inpatient, we just take his regular clothes too. That kind of
Hmm.
like makes being inpatient not so
Yeah,
bad, I
no, we
guess.
we do as well. One of the things, so as women especially get older,
Yeah.
and they have like breast development, you know, the bras are tricky.
Mm,
And posture is also a problem because of always wearing a backpack. You get those like
yeah.
rounded shoulders.
It's
So
like me.
she hasn't tried it yet, but I'm really excited for her to try the For Me bra. So
Oh,
it's an FDA approved sports bra that is supposed to help correct posture, and it's super expensive in my opinion. So I have been like pining over it, but wouldn't buy it. But I found out that it is HSA eligible.
yeah, that's cool.
That's really
Yeah.
exciting. One of the items I really like is with my pour, I like to have it so that I can, the bras that you can crisscross and you can unsnap
Mm,
and snap. So then it doesn't matter, or even if you had a Hickman or whatever type of line you had, as a woman who actually has a chest, you can easily move and take your bra off and put it back on. Um, it's helped me a lot over the years.
Yeah, and for my son, he loves compression shirts,
mm.
especially when he's working out or when he's active, just to keep his line nice and tight. Um, so that's been really helpful from the male perspective as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess for clothing, we do use like a padded shirt for like all his sports and a lot of things. So that those shirts, we have like 10 of them. I guess that
Hmm.
would be our number one clothing item.
And then the other thing
Yeah.
with clothing, I like it's not technically a clothing item, but the baby diaper, the pacifier clips, I like to attach that
Yeah.
to my tank top because I don't like my line directly against my skin. So I'll wear a tank top or a camisole, and then I'll use that too because I use the Bygone tubing, which helps in the mobility, which we'll talk about. But
No doubt.
definitely helps with mobility. But I don't want it to be able, I want something to be able to pull on it first. So I'll clip it to that and then clip that to my shirt so that it has something to pull if I know that I'm out and roaming about. So it's not technically a
Yeah.
closed island, but it works quite nicely.
Yeah, we use the pacifier clips to modify our backpacks because the kids they don't want to walk around with the backpack that the manufacturer gives for the pump. So we have a variety of backpacks in the house, and we just use the pacifier clamp, like to clamp it on the inside to keep the bag upright. And then we'll coil in the tubing into that as well, so that just the curly tubing is out. And that's been really helpful for them. So it makes it easy to have any type of backpack that they want as long as we have those clips.
Yeah, that's really interesting that you do it that way. I also think that's one of the things people should really have is any backpack, any type of bag really that they like. And
Yeah.
I just stick my bag in it, or it's not hung. I don't hang any of my bags. I have them upside down. I have them laying there sideways. Once the air's out, I've had no problems with the pumps. Besides sometimes the 3-in-1 bag, so the multi-chamber bags occasionally will have an issue, but other than that, I'm good.
Yeah, we lay ours sideways, like in the bag, and then we have 2 bags, 2 pumps. So we put like sideways pump, and then the lipids on top, and then pump. That's how we do it. It's too heavy to hang 2 bags with 2 pumps. We haven't
Yeah.
That's cool.
figured
Well,
that
and
out.
if you're like
so.
an outdoor enthusiast, like the hydration bags, like
Yep,
the Camelback
yep.
that has the bladder, we've done that where we just take the bladder out of it and just put the TPN where that would go, and that makes it a little bit
Yeah.
more like contoured. So if you're going like on a hike or camping, that might be a little bit of an easier bag than some of the other bags.
Exactly.
Yeah, we've done that. Sorry, we've done that when we don't have like in the like if lipids run less than the TPN it used to, we would have 1 pump, 1 less bag. So in the morning we would just do that, and we had like a hydration backpack.
And that's what
Yeah.
I think your mobility device, your backpack, whatever, should be your style. So I have multiple ones. I have some that looks like a cute purse, which I'm really not the cute purse person. I would normally never carry a purse. However, people think I'm just carrying a purse when I have my little strappy backpack on. But if I'm doing more outside activities, I have more of a hiking backpack so that it's easier, it's more ergonomic, doesn't hurt my back as bad, just because we know posture is so bad.
Yeah.
And then that,
And I found that oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, and that's what I've heard from a lot of the, that's one of the questions that the community asked a lot is what type of backpacks. So I'm glad we talked about backpacks.
Yeah, and just really quickly before we move on, I've also found that diaper bags are really useful too. And then some of them are really nice and stylish, and have like great themes. Like Jujubee had a big Harry Potter line, and it was great because some parts are insulated. There's a lot of pockets, so that's been great too. But what about for like TPN setup? Like, do you guys have any like go-to items that you found are really helpful outside of the tray?
For TPN setup, some of the things, especially those people who have a port, or even if you don't have a port, if you have like a Hickman or something and your line is still a bit sensitive, the antiseptic, or not the antiseptic, spray antiseptics do help. But what I was thinking of is like the lidocaine sprays, or they'll have lidocaine gels that you can put on first, let it sit in first before you actually access, so that it makes it a little number until that good scar tissue builds up and you don't feel it at all. But it would also work for the Hickmans. That's some of the tips that I found other people use quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I like hooks. I just we put hooks in our wall so then we're like prepping TPN, then we could hang the bag. Um just makes it easier for us. Like I also like gravity priming, so that makes it easier for
Yeah,
me.
no, that's a good idea. That is. For us, we don't use a tray. So we use like a prep mat. But what I love about the prep mat, and you could even get like a cutting, like those like cutting boards that are like really flexible
Like the plastic
because
ones.
if yeah, because you can roll it up. So like I like if I'm
Yeah.
traveling, I can roll that up and just put it in my suitcase. And I know people like who go camping and stuff like that. They've done like kind of that style as well. And then Crystal, you were talking about accessing, and that just jogged my memory that we use a like one of those wedge pillows underneath the kids when we access, because that I like them up like on an incline a little bit.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah, so that's been helpful.
That's cool.
That's really interesting because I often will, if I'm accessing myself, I'm normally standing or setting up on the bed. And if Michael is accessing me, I normally am laying flat, completely flat on the bed. But I think it really depends on the body anatomy and how things are as to where you want things to shift. And so that's a cool thing.
We
Yeah.
don't travel with the metal cookie tray. We have like a little silicone roll up one, but
Okay.
I stopped carrying it because like I just like to travel as light as possible, which is impossible. But we take like sterile drapes sometimes too.
Yeah,
That's
that's a big help as well.
Yeah.
that's what I use when I travel is the sterile drapes. And then I'll just literally set it up on the bed. I'll drop it out on the bed and do that. And
Yeah.
then when I'm at home, I use the sterile drapes for when I'm drawing my blood for blood draw days because I sit on my sofa. So having a sterile drape over my sofa, one, I don't want to get blood on my sofa, but two, it's just easy to open everything and pop it out. But for actual regular, what you guys call setup, I just wipe my counter down and do it right on my granite countertop.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So what about a non-medical product that like secretly makes your medical life easier?
That secretly makes my medical life easier. I'm gonna say squatty potty because we all gotta go, and with you guys don't necessarily have this problem, but you guys probably recognize it in your kids that we obviously all have a lot of GI issues, and so you're either going a lot or it's really hard to go. And being in the right ergonomic position definitely helps going easier. So it's something my pelvic floor physical therapist recommended, and I thought she was a bit, but once I tried it, I now can't live without it. Literally.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. My kids love the neck fan.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
if you've seen them.
Yeah.
They have like temperature regulation issues. So the neck fans and like the cooling towels in the summer, they really enjoy using those. And I also love the fridge thermometers. So and mainly when I
Ooh.
travel, a fridge thermometer is like a
Ooh.
must, just because I get a little anxiety provoked about like fridges that aren't mine.
So,
That's like life changing, I think, for me, the fridge thermometer.
well,
Like
Yep.
even when we travel and I forget it, I buy one like at the store.
so
Right.
I don't have an actual fridge thermometer, but I have the thermometer that can turn into an infrared, and you can shoot an object and take the temperature from it. So that's come in handy multiple times. I actually bought it when we were in Arizona for a conference. And when my shipment got there, all the freezer packs were thawed. So I'm like, I don't think this is good. And so I found the one that was coolest, so I could use that day, which was still perfectly cool. And and then the other ones so that then they could ship me out a new shipment. And now I travel. Like that's one of the things that go in my bag, so I can check the
Yeah.
temperatures. They're both
I
the
even
refrigerator and the bags.
I even throw it in the cooler. Like that's where I carry it when we're traveling. So in case I get
Mhm.
anxious, I could check our cooler and make sure it's still cold.
So they do
Yeah.
they do make some fun strip ones that I used to
Hmm.
use back in my biopharma days. That will you can buy a range and you can put them on an object. So you can put them like on the
Oh,
outside
that's
bag
cool.
that Jamie loves to have, right? Everything bagged up. So you can put one on the outside of the bag.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say the Ziploc bags that our delivery comes in and the supplies come in. I save all of them, and they
Same.
have been life changing for me. Um, Family members ask me if I have any of the really big Ziplocs because they're
Yeah.
really thick and durable. I'm the Ziploc lady. So, and when we go on trips, especially, we make kits. And with Olivia in college now, we like do kits for everything. So it makes it just easier for her supply organization at school. So
Mm-hmm.
I love, love, love Ziploc bags.
Me too.
Yeah, no,
I don't make
definitely.
kids, but those are always good.
We make kits to travel, and then we use the Ziplocs when we're traveling for like trash. And
Hmm.
so,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
we
especially in a
take the
hotel
stuff
because
out.
there's never
Yep.
enough like space in these little trash cans.
Yep.
So
No,
same,
never.
we do that as well.
I mean,
Yep.
I do use the bags to put stuff in, but not as kits. I put all my things like heparin all in one, saline all in one, all my Curo caps or end caps in one. Like I do it like I have it at home versus how like a kit, so you can grab and go type of thing.
Yeah. What's one product, like a comfort item, that you say improves your day to day, physically, mentally, medically?
Well, with being a patient and on TPN, and yeah, I'm not even NPO, but my mouth gets really dry. So
Mm.
I use like the biotin gel a fair amount, especially in the mornings, and I put some in at night before I get but also then hard candies. So I could see people like eating
Hmm.
Tic Tacs, stuff like that to suck on, anything to suck on to make your life better, to make your mouth more hydrated, or smell better because sometimes dry mouth stinks. Let's
Yeah,
just
no,
be
the kids
honest.
swear by the ice. No, yeah, but the kids swear by icebreakers. They chew gum. Gum is like their
Yeah,
favorite
gum.
thing, especially because sometimes they want like a taste or a flavor. Um, but they might not be able to drink enough, or they might not really be hungry or want anything. So, and like mint, I know mint helps Olivia. If with her, like if her stomach's not feeling well, like mint definitely helps. And we also love like fidget toys and like stress
Mm.
balls. We have probably every variation of fidget toy that is possible because it just helps with anxiety and when we're accessing and just distraction, redirection. Um, so, I mean, I even sit now at my desk with a fidget toy, and it's just very calming.
It's really interesting that you said gum, Jamie, because I have the opposite issue with gum. Gum really fatigues out my jaw, and
Mm.
a lot of patients, including myself, have swallowing difficulty, right? So
Yeah.
it makes too much saliva by chewing gum. So I have then to worry about how, like, I'll end up spitting or I'll aspirating because I have the gum in my mouth. So it's
Yeah.
really interesting how one object works really well for one person, but then can
Right.
cause issues for others.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no, definitely.
I know some
Makes
people
sense.
like my son loves gum. He loves gum. He uses gum in school. But some of his friends can't have gum, like his other short gut friends, because of the sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one he likes has
Hmm.
kind of a lot of sugar, so they have to be more low sugar.
Yeah, I mean they do
Yeah.
they do make zero sugar gums that
Yeah.
they're out
He
there.
likes like Hubba Bubba.
Yeah, but
I love it. I love That's adorable.
but they're normally the old people gums, quote unquote. Not the cool,
Yep.
not the cool young kid gums that are the sugar free gums.
Yeah. So what did we get back from the community? I know we put it out there on social media. I got a few responses. What are our shout outs? What are our best things?
So some of the items that I got back from the community that they love is spray antiseptics. They also really love spray stuff. Like how I would never think with so many things came in a spray, but Jamie, wasn't one of our community members telling you about a product that's a spray?
Yeah, we have this written down. I don't know the name of it, but it was an adhesive like spray. And they said that it really helps with keeping the dressing intact, so you don't have to reinforce it as much, which is definitely something that I need to try because my son's very active. And you can only reinforce the dressing so many times before you have to do a full change out. So yeah, I mean, I was going to ask his team about it and see if they're open to me trying it and adding it to the routine.
And it was sterile too, right?
Yeah, I fully
Yeah.
looked up that product, and it's a sterile product that seems to be actually recommended by a lot of people. So
Nice.
I might be buying it for myself because my dressing only lasts like 3 days or something like that. So
Right.
but that's
Yeah,
cool.
I got site scrubs. Site scrubs are a huge thing. Some people can get them
yeah.
from their home care, from their home infusion provider. Others, they love them so much that they'll buy them right off Amazon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Curo caps, most people now get them from their infusion provider, but when they were talking about items, that's like, or just end caps, but Curo is obviously the one that most of us know. Either the green or the orange caps. I hear that all the time. It's like, where can I get some more Curo caps? Well, you can go online, or the Swab. I think it's Swab is
Swab caps.
Yeah, Swab caps is the other
Yep.
brand name, and so people love
My
those.
my hospital system uses dual caps.
Oh yeah, or
They're the
dual
light
cap.
blue ones, and I love
Yep.
those because they have like especially if you have dexterity issues, they have like a little
Like the
indent
tab.
there for the twist. So whenever we go inpatient, I'm like, can I have a couple like rows of those?
Well, and
Yeah.
yeah, that's something that would be interesting to talk about at another time. Also, with the community is how their dexterity impacts. Because even with like the Curo caps or the Swab caps, like the Curo caps, some of them come on the long string, right? And you can pop them off one at a time.
Yep.
And some of them come where you have to peel off the individual papers. And with my dexterity, it's easier with the long string. I can pop them off because I can hang on to it and just pop it. But the individual ones that I have to peel, kind of like the swab cap's not as bad because it has the extra piece of plastic to hold on to. But yeah, that's definitely a game changer.
I want to just say I also like spray things. We use like a spray adhesive, not a sterile one that we just use to help his like waterproof dressing when he's like gonna take a shower or do water stuff, and that has like helped a lot. And then we also use spray Aquaphor just for his skin because he just gets so dry. But yeah,
This
I like spray stuff.
the spray adhesive, I'm definitely gonna have you send me the name of that because I can't get anything besides a Tegaderm to stay for my shower. So even just a
Skinister.
Skinister. I'm gonna have to look that one up, or we're gonna have to drop it in the link so everyone can have that Skinister. And if I'm right, your son swims with that, right?
Yeah, I mean we do use the dry suit. That's like another thing we do too, but he has swam with just the Skinister and like what whole waterproof method we have.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So
Yeah, and I know we mentioned it earlier on, but the Vigon tubing, the curly tubing, it's really a game changer, especially for mobility, people that are active. So I think that is really important and kind of a must-have. I also wanted to just say really quick, just like a fun fact. If you have Medicaid or Medicare and you will have an Amazon account, you can get 50% off of your account. So there's a section where you just go in and you can type it in. So it's 50% off your membership, which I know we discovered that during COVID because, there was a shortage. So we ended up starting to buy a lot of our medical items that we weren't able to get anymore. And yeah, it's been a huge savings. I mean, it helps with that annual membership. So if you are looking to buy items and you're using Amazon, or even if you just have an Amazon account, you might want to look at that as well.
Someone also had wrote in hydration drinks, and so they mentioned Drip or Drop, and like, what was the other one they mentioned?
So IV, liquid IV is one that a lot of people work on, and especially I got a lot of those from short bowel people who are working on weaning off or who have weaned off of TPN, so that they can help. And there's 3 or 4 different hydration drinks that are really out there. One of the things that I like is there's little protein packs that come in like 15 grams. It's as long as you're not NPO and you can absorb some, but you can't eat enough, and for some reason your TPN was frozen or something like that, and you'll have to go through with just dextrose that night to get a little bit of protein in. It's only like a tablespoon, but yet it has like 15 grams of protein. So some of those things are off the shelf but help boost, especially if you're trying to wean off, or if you're on dual therapy, or like I said, something went wrong and your TPN you have to chuck and you have to use like D5 or something like that, and you need some proteins. It gives a little bit of protein to help you out. So that's a fun thing.
Yeah, no, I think all of those things are so helpful. I know that like you don't know what you don't know. So all of these things that I've come across, I feel like I've just like found them from other families and other patients who have shared. So I was really excited to talk about this and share what we've learned and hopefully continue to learn from our community as well.
We want to thank you for tuning in with us on Unclamped. We hope today's conversation reminded you that every diagnosis holds a story, one of strength, compassion, and connection. We want to give a heartfelt thank you to our sponsor, AvivoRx, for their commitment to supporting patients and families through their nutrition support journey. Their dedication makes conversations like this possible and provides a platform for the patient voice. We'd also love to hear from you too. If you have a story to share or a topic you'd like us to explore, reach out anytime at nutritiongroup4all@gmail.com. And be sure to find us on YouTube, follow along on our social media, and listen wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you.